What is up, guys? I'm Hotch, the voice of Pivix Paladin, and today we are interviewing Jeffrey, or Guapic in some circles. He is the business development lead for Pivix and has helped us grow insane amounts in the last year. I thought you all would want to know a bit more about him, his thoughts on crypto, and maybe some stuff coming up. Anyways, enjoy the interview.
Yo, hey guys, thanks for having me on, yo Hotch. I'm Jeffrey. I've been here for quite some time. I'm super excited to be part of the show.
Jeffrey, what is your role in Pivix? Like, who are you? What is your role?
There's quite a few actually that I've held, but my most recent role in Pivix right now is I am the lead of business development for Pivix. I've held this role now for approximately a year, maybe slightly longer than a year, but I've been around quite some time actually.
So how about a bit of background? How did you get into crypto?
That's quite an interesting story. So back in the day, fresh out of high school and, just learning about the world and trying to make some money on the side, I actually was helping out a few online companies. This is, back probably 2013, 2014. And they had some customers and people who wanted to pay with crypto. And I was like, you know what, I'll accept it and I'll pay with PayPal in exchange. Like, I'll help the guys out. Like, I was reselling, right? And that got me my first Bitcoin payment. I think the wallet back then I used was called Multibit. And yeah, from there, I've gone straight down the rabbit hole, been an addict ever since. I just saw the true power. So that got me into crypto. That's a pretty simplified description, but yeah, that's it.
What has kept you in crypto? So we have how you got into crypto. What's kept you in crypto?
Well, I mean, when Lambo, right? No, I'm kidding. Basically, what's kept me in crypto is, it's for me, it's the only form of finance that I actually have full control over. And I've had various issues with, other providers and, the ones that hold your funds, they collateralize them and they, it's all centralized. And with crypto, I found that, I have full control of this. I'm the one who can instigate where I store it, where I move it. And, that is at my own will. And I think that's it's a form of power for me over my own finance. And I feel that everyone should be like that or have that form of power over their finance. And I think that's what kept me in crypto. Not only that, I see so much developments happening, so many new use cases. And I feel that even though I've been in this space for so long, it's just beginning. And I want to witness that. I want to be part of it. And that's pretty much why I'm with Pivix as well. I want to be part of the building blocks and the foundation towards, where we're headed.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like being part of Pivix feels like being a part of something bigger and a type of history that's being forged, as we speak. It's kind of an amazing experience, I find as well. So you've had a hefty amount of accomplishments with Pivix. You've done quite a bit. You've gotten us connected with various merchants. So you got Coinsbee, Travella, Now Payments, Flokinet, Coin Payments, Wide VPN, Thunder VM, AI Contently, etc. Can you speak on how that process is and how you feel about what's going on, and maybe mention some of the big things that you're really proud of up until now?
Oh, great question, actually. Thanks, Hodge. So there is quite a large array or list of, achievements within Pivix, the new listings and integrations. And there's actually a bit of a process to it. For me, I think it's also about finding services that people use. And then once we identify that, I need to do my own research. I need to find if they're legit, if the people I'm talking to from these companies are legit as well, because I have to reach out. And I want to see if it's truly beneficial. So sometimes I'll pop up in Discord or Telegram and I ask people like, hey, do you guys use this service? Hey, do you use this? So for example, like Travella, I'm, this isn't a sponsored ad, but I'm a long-term user of Travella and I really love what they stand for and I love their service offering. So for me, I was like, hey, this would benefit me. And I know everyone else travels, right? So having Pivix a part of this is really good. So the first step then is to, try contact a business development manager, someone who holds the same position as I. Make a brief introduction. You got to sell them Pivix, right? Because they're not all up for listing every random coin that contacts them. And on top of that, you got to discuss costs, because for them, they want to do maybe a marketing campaign. There's integration costs for some developers they have to pay. And not only that, you might face some walls where, for example, they want to add you, but the payment gateway they use, you're not currently listed there. So that's where I contacted, for example, ChangeNow Group. And we got listed on Now Payments. And because of that, we're integrating to so many other merchants. So everything in this space is almost like a ripple effect. And I like to identify those big players that lead into even bigger players. And that's like Travail is massive, but then you got now payments and the list that you mentioned as well. And I'm up for all these integrations too. I love talking to these service offers because I think they're providing something that's amazing. They're allowing us cryptocurrency holders to have real use cases, and I think all of them, are definitely useful to somebody. And I want to, approach them and get Pivix added there.
Well, okay, let's do a little mind theater here, okay? Imagine I am, let's say, one of these big exchanges or something like that, and I'm coming to you, Guapik or Jeffrey. Why Pivix? Why should we list Pivix?
Good question again. So, okay, you got to look at the world that we're living in right now. And I think Mexi they gave me a pretty interesting response as well. They liked that we were a privacy coin. And there's a misconception about privacy. Oh, he's got something to hide. He's a criminal. No, I've lived in a few countries. My current country where I'm staying right now, South Africa, is relatively high crime. You can research how many people have, been, held at gunpoint in various places around the world because their blockchain, whatever, is very public, right? For the crypto they're using. So for me, I think we're providing a utility that, Pivix provides financial privacy, from potential criminals or malicious intent from other people. And this is what I always tell exchanges, like, we have this amazing feature and it's optional, which not many privacy coins do have. And at the same time, we proof of stake. So people who buy Pivix and want to bring it off the exchange and do self-custody, they can stake their coins and earn some more. This is also a really good feature. A lot of the exchanges like that. It just shows that there's more to Pivix than just a trade, buy and sell. You can stake, you can do masternodes, there's the privacy aspect. And then on top of that, I always tell the exchanges, just go back and research us, look at all the new listings and integrations. And that's a selling point because not many coins are pushing for that. I want a human relationship with all these merchants and all these providers. I'm like, hey guys, let's promote the word. Let's get Pivix on your website, and let's tell everyone. And I think exchanges see that, service providers see that, and it makes them thrilled to work with us. They like that we want to build. And yeah, that's part of the process to it.
I love it. You're hired. I guess some people would see, clearly you're passionate about this. Clearly you've done quite a lot. Like, I'm impressed, and I'm a business guy. I've been doing this, my kind of side of things, for a while. And like, your work ethic and your drive is very impressive, honestly. But I guess maybe some people would ask, how do you do it? And are there any tips for those wanting to do what you're doing?
Yeah, I mean, first, a ton of green tea in the morning. You got to wake up. This is it's a lot of work every day. You are researching, you are contacting exchanges. But the thing is, what you need to realize, all that I'm doing is view yourself as a consumer. So I, as Jeffrey, I'm like, hey, I really wish I could spend Pivix year. And then I research these companies. So I advise people, do your research, find out these companies, because even though they may seem big, there is someone there to talk to. And if you can approach them and discuss with them about your project or the coin that you're working with, there's definitely someone there interested to discuss the listing and integration. And it's ground up. So once you get someone there, then that's where everything begins, and you can discuss integrations and listings. And then once you guys are compatible, that listing happens. But even to do that, I guess the most important is just to network. Be yourself. Don't try to be this big corporate person, people notice that. So even some of the exchange guys, I'll hop on a game of Apex with them, just have fun. And it's just growing relations with people. And then it might turn out that when they get promoted, the next thing they're the lead of some exchange, and suddenly they know, hey, this guy was like really nice with me and I like his project. Let's get him listed here. And that's pretty much good advice that I'll give to people in doing this kind of industry.